Everyone, so once again we welcome all of you to this mock interview session. So today we have with us Mr. Kshitij, who has got few IIM calls and other top B school calls. So I, along with me, my colleague Mr. Rishikesh Kate will take a mock interview of Kshitij. So please join us and watch this video till the end, and do share your comments in the chat box or in the comment section. Yes, hi Kshitij, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Right. So let's begin with the interview. Kshitij, why don't you quickly introduce yourself?
Sure, sir. So first of all, thank you so much for this opportunity for this interview. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce myself. My name is Kshitij Kumar. I'm born and brought up in Lucknow. In my last venture, I was working with ITC Hotels Limited, and I was working as an assistant manager in corporate sales. At this position, I was looking after the business for the ITC Hotels property for the Delhi market, and it was a really nice venture for me. Post that, I started off my career as a management trainee for APJ Surendra Park Hotels Limited, and I was working in the sales and marketing department. After a span of 2 years, I was designated to a position of assistant manager in corporate sales, and I was looking after the corporate market of New Delhi and NCR. This particular stint of mine, which was an overall experience of 3 years, this gave me a very good scenario and the real-time picture of the corporate world which is outside there. So the different sort of people that I met, and that actually gave me the reason and a good major value behind what an MBA brings forward to. So all in all, my journey right from my college to my overall work experience has been really good, and so I look forward to
Kshitij, so can you also tell us, a bit about your school days and your graduation days?
Yes, sir. So I have done my schooling from Lucknow itself, from St. Amar Jaipuriya School, and I have graduated and I've done my BSc in Hospitality and Hotel Administration from Institute of Hotel Management, New Delhi, Pusa. So over there, this overall span of mine, I actually learned a lot in the field of hospitality. I also got an opportunity to work as an industrial trainee for Taj Mansi Hotel.
Would you like to grow in the field of hospitality sector?
Was my experience of college and my school.
Yeah, Kshitij, would you like to grow in the field of hospitality?
Sir, on a long-term plan, yes. The reason behind me doing an MBA, which is more focused towards an international business / a marketing, I would want to get back to the hospitality industry and would love to work in big business conglomerates who are not just in the hospitality industry, but in different sectors. Be it my own last company, ITC. I am a huge fan of Indian Tobacco Company Limited, and I would look forward to work for them in the future course of time.
Kshitij, how do you think that the industry is going to cope up with the current COVID scenario?
Sir, if I talk about the current COVID scenario, I would like to quote few statistics of McKinsey and Company and few statistics of JLL. Now, as per the recent statistics of McKinsey, the overall growth of the hospitality industry in the pre-COVID times, will get back, at least will take 2023. Now, when I talk about it, how the hospitality industry will cope, I am really proud to share this fact with you that hospitality industry was one of that industry who took up the charge when our country was facing a lack of hospital beds and everything. Hospitality industry was something which came to the help of the government. My own hotel brand, ITC Hotels, they provided for the hospital beds and also for rooms for doctors. So hospitality industry's growth in this period of times will be a bit slow, but in the due course of time, I'm very much sure that hospitality industry will gain pace, because hospitality and tourism is something which never stops. Even right now, so if I ask someone who is working from home for any company whatsoever, if I ask them to travel to a place, they will certainly have 3 to 4 places in their mind. Travel and hospitality is something which always goes on and on.
Right. Hold on, that's fine. We have understood that perspective. So just one question, right? Who has inspired you in your life?
Sir, talking about my inspiration, I would say that I have two inspirations in my life. On a personal terms, if I find someone around my family, I look up to my father and my mother, because the reason behind me looking forward and have done a career in hospitality and looking forward for a career in marketing is because of my parents. My father is a hotelier himself. He was also working for one of the park properties. My mother is a business development manager in the Himalaya Drug Company. So all in all, if I see, then my parents have also been into a consumer service sector, be it Himalaya Drug Company or be it the ITC Hotels Limited. I really look forward to them and I look up to them, and that was something which always second within. So my second inspiration for me will be Virat Kohli, because I also really feel that the amount of hardships and the amount of you can say the hurdles in life that that particular guy has faced, it's remarkable, sir, to cope up with something of having lost a father at such an early age and to tackle and go against all the odds. And right now captaining the international team, the national team of our country, is something which is to salute about. So I really look up to Virat Kohli, and I look up to his team leadership, and I look up to the way he has handled pressure and the way he has his attitude, especially the way
his attitude is criticized multiple times by multiple people, Kshitij.
So his attitude
over aggressiveness is sometimes the weakness to the team. So we have faced huge fines by the umpires or by the tournament organizers for his behavior.
So I totally agree, sir. But if I would like to point out certain few instances, majority of these instances have happened in the career of Virat Kohli during his early times when he was in the Indian team. Generally, person learns from his mistakes, I would say. Virat Kohli would certainly have been aggressive. There were many instances during the Australian tour of 2011 where such instances happened. But time and time, Virat Kohli has gained up that maturity. And if you talk about right now, I don't think so that there will be anyone who will deny looking up to a person like Virat Kohli. So yes, it takes time. I will also not say that I will learn in a stint. I will also take time, but yes, I will certainly look up to Virat Kohli any day.
Right. I just have one more question. I mean, we are going in a different direction. So you spoke a lot about ITC, and it looks like you are quite inspired, or you're a big fan of that particular brand. You loved working with them, right? So in future, after doing your MBA, if you get an opportunity to work with a brand, a good brand like ITC, but at a lower salary, and on the other hand, you are getting a startup, but a very high salary, suppose that's a funded startup. So which one will you choose? Will you choose?
I would like to choose ITC at that time also.
No, it's not ITC. I'm saying in general, any brand, not the ITC. Any other brand.
Okay, in general, any brand. So that depends on, I will have to do a good market research. I would have to know about the company, because it also depends upon how deep your roots are there in the Indian economy or on a global scale economy, because I will not like to invest myself and invest my time and energy onto a company which has recently come up, because entrepreneurship is certainly the new oil for the industry, but yes, it certainly takes time, and I will not like to invest myself into a company which has recently come up. If I have got an option for a company who has been in the market for a longer period of time, I would certainly go for it. For example, I would like to give an example of the Taj Hotels. If somebody is working for a Taj Hotels, the starting salary or a starting package of a person will be somewhere around 3.5 lakh rupees or 4 lakh rupees at maximum. But there are still people who have spent their lives 15 to 20 years working at the Taj Hotels. There might be a very strong reason behind why these people have spent their entire life for a brand, because the brand, apart from bringing the monetary benefits, brings around many other things.
Okay, Kshitij, 3 weaknesses you have, and how do you plan to overcome them?
So talking about my weaknesses, one weakness is that I sometimes go into details too much. Like whenever not needed, I go into details too much, and I take
see that. We can definitely see that.
I see them. I go into details too much. Second is that sometimes when I'm engrossed in my work, then I sometimes tend to lose the focus from the main thing, and I try to switch over to the background things. Because I feel that the background data or a background thing is equally important. So I need to make myself more compact in terms of my skills as well, at the same time in terms of that how I need to focus upon what is important at any moment of time. Third quality which I would like to instill is that I want to grow myself more as a team player and more as a leader. I will not say that I am not a team player right now, but to compete with people who are there in the industry and are stalwarts in the industry, doing an MBA is a medium to bring yourself to that
for the
stage
first weakness,
so that you can tackle these people over there.
For the first weakness, what measures are you taking for the first weakness?
Talking about the first weakness that I go into details too much, I have started focusing and started jotting down myself with the main key points wherein I need to focus myself. That is the first thing which I am doing. I am trying to discover more things which I can work upon, and this is still in process. This is one of the steps which I have taken, and I would like to take few more steps and many more steps in my 2 years career at any MBA good school.
Okay, one more question. What difference do you see in Tata companies and Reliance companies? If you have read somewhere, or if you have heard about them, or whatever your experiences are.
I have not heard much about, and I have not done much research, sir, although these are very old companies, big giants in our companies. Both are business conglomerates, both have their expansions in the different sectors of the industry. Talking about Tata is somewhat, I would say that it is more customer centric in the sense that they have featured themselves more into hospitality and the luxury segment. And as compared to the Reliance Industries, who are focusing more on bigger turnover things, some things like an oil or something like in communication. Talking about their business model, I would not like to comment more on that because that is something which I have not researched upon more. But yes, all in all, I feel.
What do you think about the recent Facebook and Jio deal, Kshitij?
So it's a very good deal, sir. For me, this deal is something which can upskill ourselves in the current world of industrialization. As we all know that we are in the fourth industrial revolution right now, which started off in 2015. Now, when I talk about an investment from a company like Facebook, which has got a global presence, now we can see a direct impact upon these small investments. Reliance Jio is the fifth most valuable company in the entire globe. So we know that how much value these global giants bring on to a company, and that is a reason that why if we can focus upon our recent budget also.
But don't you think that JioMart is going to kill the traditional form of retail shops that we see in our alleys?
The government needs to work upon that thing in a very close manner.
Also integration of WhatsApp or WhatsApp Pay is going to usually compromise over the private data of the citizens. How are you going to complement, or how are you going to tackle that?
We're talking about the WhatsApp data privacy thing. There are two ways, which I, to be very frank, which I feel, which I have as an opinion is that either you have to cope up with them, and either you don't, I will say, don't tell much about yourself over there. One is this way out.
They are not going to ask who are you. They are simply going to ask your debit card number, na? They want your debit card number. So how can I put up this on a domain like that?
Okay, Kshitij, fine. One more question. I mean, since you are from a hospitality industry, can you tell me which is that country in the world which has the maximum number of hotels?
Sorry, sir, I'll not have an exact figure about that, but if I'm allowed to take a wild guess onto that, then I would look forward for United States.
Okay, fine. You can
that's
always
just
check
a
that.
wild guess from my side, sir.
Yeah.
I'll not be sure about that.
Okay, fine. Yes, so I think that's it, Kshitij, as far as this interview is concerned, and we wish you all the best, and we'll soon announce our results and you'll come to know about that.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming. Yeah, bye. Okay, so this is for all my viewers. I mean, I'm sure all of you would have watched the video. So definitely you can also share your comments, in the chat box or in the comment section, and you can also, ask us the questions. In fact, you can also get yourself evaluated like, Kshitij has come forward for the mock interview. So for that, do join our Telegram group for GDPA prep for all the MBA aspirants. So the group is t.me/gd_pi. And you can keep learning on this India's largest online learning platform for all MBA aspirants, that is Unacademy CAT. Make sure all of you have subscribed to this, and do not forget to like, share, and share this particular video. Okay, so yeah, Kshitij, so we'll go ahead with the feedback part, and here I'll start with the first thing. A bit of positive. The positive is that you're the first candidate who was in a way continuously looking at the camera rather than looking at the screen. And here is a message for all my viewers and all the MBA aspirants for 2021, right? Most of us has habit of looking at the face of the interviewer in the screen. So now this is where probably you will have to adapt to yourself that your camera is over here and your screen is over here. You are continuously looking down. So please observe this posture, and if you can have eye contact like Kshitij had, trust me, it will have a different impact, because only 2 students out of 10 are going to put this efforts. Remaining 8 will be going to look at the screen, right? So for example, right now I'm looking at you, I'm not looking at the screen. Okay, everyone. So this requires a bit of efforts. But on the negative side, Kshitij, the problem is, I don't know, first let me ask you, were you not able to hear my questions, or you were intentionally trying to finish your point? There were at least 4 instances when I was trying to ask you a question and you were adamantly going on and on. So there can be 2 things. It may be due to the lack of audio or communication system that you couldn't hear my questions, or you always believe in completing your point. What was the case?
Frankly speaking, I believe in completing my point.
That's not good, my dear. That's not good, right?
And I think that if I've missed a question, I think so I've missed a question.
Okay, so you were more focused on completing your point. Did you hear that I'm trying to ask you the question?
So which question, if you can repeat one?
There were about 3-4 questions which I had to repeat twice. So in the chain of events, yeah, twice.
I felt that I don't know, I would have not noticed that. I felt that I always listened to the question on the first instance.
Acha, so okay, fine. Just to generalize that thing. So whenever you are into interview now, you will have to of course, when you're looking at camera, you will probably miss out that the audio part or what they are asking. So keep looking at them also.
Yeah.
That's necessary, and you need to check whether they are asking some other question or not, because sometimes they are rushing out of time also. You might want to give an elaborated opinion, but then they have understood in which direction you are going. So they really don't need to listen to your complete point of view. Once they have got the crux, they'll immediately move to the next question, and you will have to learn the art of stopping. Right?
Yes.
So that's very important. Okay, do that. Yes, Rishikesh.
Same, Kshitij. See, whenever a question is asked to you, be as much as specific as possible.
Exactly.
Okay. Or you go a lot of background, like you said it yourself, you go into a lot of details. Understand, genius is someone who knows when to stop. So make sure.
What could have been a particular question wherein I could have been more focused onto the deep
For example,
content
okay, fine. Let me give you an example. 3 weaknesses. It could have been, sir, I am sometimes goes on elaboration. That's it. You don't need to mention how you elaborate. Then second, I sometimes get engrossed in a particular thing and I missed out the main. That's it. Rather than saying there is lots of the background is also very important, I get into that and then I realize कि मैंने तो miss कर दिया. So you are speaking about 5 lines where you could have spoken a phrase. Are you getting this?
Don't beat about the bush.
No, I'll not say you were not beating around the bush. You are just giving an elaborated articulation of your viewpoint. I'll not say it was beating around the bush. You were correct.
And you had asked.
Yes. Okay. Acha, one more thing.
If the interviewer asks, Kshitij, can you please elaborate this thing? Then you can elaborate.
Exactly.
But till that time, you can be very specific about it.
Acha, one more thing, Kshitij, if you can implement this point also, this would really be helpful to you. You know, throughout the interview, we observe this thing. you were just giving spontaneous answer. मैंने कुछ पूछा तुम्हारा आंसर सीधा आता है, मैंने कुछ पूछा तुम्हारा आंसर सीधा आता है. भले तुम ये बोल रहे हो क्योंकि I don't know, but तुम्हारा I don't know भी सीधा आ रहा है. So what I'm saying is, yeah, it's good idea. Sometimes you can just take a pause, especially when you don't know. You really don't need to say, okay, I don't know, but yes, it is like that. So yes, you can take a pause and that would really help you. And then you will come up as a more mature person. So they'll also appreciate that. At least you give a try.
Yeah, because sometimes I feel like when, for example, if you were about to ask me the question about, when sir was asking me the question about the impact on the hotel industry.
Correct.
So I've done some amount of research onto that.
Correct.
So frankly speaking, when sir said that question, my eyes glowed up because I knew that I have 5 to 6 points to say onto that. So that was the reason that the moment he finished this question, I started off with my facts and everything.
Absolutely correct. So there will be, out of 10 questions, there will be 1 or 2 questions which were like on the expected lines, but
Yes.
it can't be all 10 questions.
Yes.
Especially when you yourself are saying that, okay, I'm not sure. So at least take time when you are going to say, I don't know, or I'm not sure.
Yes.
Trust me, it will not come out as negative. Of course, that pause should not be very long that they feel okay, you are not responding at all. It has to be very genuine pause. You know, there is a difference taking genuine time and just not responding, giving that indication that you are not going to respond. So immediately they'll just brush aside that question and someone will ask you another question, right? So have a genuine short pause. That would be helpful. Right. Okay. So Rishikesh, any other point that you think? Otherwise, his communication skills, his on-screen presence, in general, your personality is really good. You are going to be the future manager. You definitely have certain qualities, and as you say that you have done lots of work in the past during your internship and so on and so forth. So that is being reflected that you have information. Okay, just to make sure that you are more aware about certain facts and figures of your industry. जैसे आपने pandemic related numbers अच्छे बताए थे, and that would really that would be really impactful. तो same way general कुछ numbers होते हैं, right? तो वो आप कर सकते हो. For example, how many graduates come out in the hotel industry every year? What is the employment rate? Then the biggest chain of hotels in the in the world, and the number of hotels in a particular country.
Was my answer right of US?
No.
What was it?
You can check that. Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Done.
Sure.
I'll
Okay.
note this.
Yeah. Bye. Okay. That's
Thank you, Kshitij.
Fine.
Thank you.
So
All the
thanks
best.
everyone for watching us, and keep watching us. There are a few more mock interviews coming up, and once again, if you want to participate in the mock interview, please join our group t.me/gd_pi and keep learning with us. Do not forget to press the like button. Thank you. Thanks Kshitij, and bye bye. Take care.